come to you live on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by the pride of Plainfield, New Jersey. He's been running the fast break his entire life. It's Jay Williams.
Dishing it left, dishing it right, making the right play at the right time. That's what Plainfield guards do. Let's see what the guards do down the court tonight.
And Jay, we are ready to go. This one about to get underway. Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for...
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. George can't go down. Smothering defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Leonard. Textbook defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
George, Jay, they've been waiting for that to go down, but here they are trying to chip away and cut into this margin.
And there's nothing more frustrating as a shooter to get open looks and not see the ball go in. But if they do, that could be the start of a problem.
Count the basket inside.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Strong finish for Paul George.
I see the easy dunk. But what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
James against Paul George. Fires the three. Well defended. Goes to the right side. Trying to cash in. Add 2 points to the board.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Los Angeles has the basketball. James, no good. That's great defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Kawhi Leonard. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Leonard, he drills the three.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game. LeBron with it up top. It's 12-10. To Davis. Kawhi Leonard able to recover with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swap.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
And body control is everything, especially on the defensive side of the floor. That was a great contest up top, but your body hit him on the way down. That's a foul every time.
Kyle Kuzma with a chance at a 4-point play. A career 70% free throw shooter. Missed it at the line. Oh, emphatic slam.
These two teams are matching basket for basket. If the pace of the game is going to be like this, I need to start stretching.
Kuzma to James. Nothing going here on that drive. LeBron James. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending. The maturity of one of the game's greatest on full display.
Yeah, LeBron James still proving that he can get up there with the highest of the high. But still, I love the fact that he recognizes less is more now. LeBron James 2007, every play is a dunk. Now it just happens once in a while. Enjoy the greatness.
Has a chance. Green with a shot that won't go down.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To George. Leonard. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
If LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A., that means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy of LeBron James.
DeMarcus Cousins with the block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Kyle Kuzma. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Now Doc Rivers gonna call a timeout here. His guys have come out flat. Slow start in this first quarter. Luke Walton making some changes on the court. Clippers have the basketball. Leonard, double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that 3.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
Driving right to the basket. The crossover gets inside, and the slam dunk.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
Leonard. Well, this could be a sign of things to come. He's 3 of 4 from downtown to start the game.
And a dangerous thing for the defensive team, he has fresh legs. That was great lift on that jump shot.
LeBron James. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. That's it for the first quarter. The Lakers have the lead. First quarter down as we get ready to start the second. Boy, you talk about offensive efficiency, it was really high.
You know why?
Why?
Because of the versatility. Because this is positionless basketball, which makes it beautiful to watch. Everybody can triple threat, dribble, drive, shoot the 3, do things from long distance. It's a thing of beauty where this game is going.
Well, you can't do that.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Going to launch beyond the arc. And Paul George nails it from downtown. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
To Danny Green. Fires the 3. Can't connect. It's no good. George. Here's Leonard for 2. Tough shot. Hand in his face. He makes them pay.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Caldwell Pope against Paul George. Kentavious Caldwell Pope. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
That's dangerous. A little hezzy cross and knockdown. Lots of options going to open up as the game unfolds.
Can't miss those. To James. And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. James. To Cousins. James buries it on the catch and shoot.
You live by the three, you die by the three. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Williams into the front court. Down 4. That is great vision to set it up. Has a look. Sacrificing everything for the loose ball. LBJ with it. To Davis. From long range, Anthony Davis makes it look easy as he hits the 3. Who compares to AD offensively?
We would be doing a disservice if we compared AD just to one player. He's an amalgamation. Think about Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Marcus Camby. Throw them all into a blender, you get Anthony Davis.
To Harkless. Nothing going here on that drive. And the Lakers with the rebound. To Davis. Stuffs it down with authority. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Doc Rivers will play the matchup. He wants some new guys on the floor. Leonard to Paul George. Paul George. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
James. Shot off the mark. Good defense. To George. To Leonard. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Anthony Davis against George. Runner's good there.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
And too much contact.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Substitution being made in this one.
That's the first foul in the last 2 minutes. Number 40, evens out.
James to Caldwell Pope. Oh, whistle.
His timing was a tad bit off.
First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Leonard. Off the assist.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
LBJ has it. To Cousins. It's a big finish. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
And they call it.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 2, and that's the first foul in the last 2 minutes.
Leonard. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Oh, big finish at the rim. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
James into the front court. Up a dozen. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and he knocks it down, Jay.
Well, they're shooting the ball at an amazing clip, and when they shoot the ball this well, they're essentially unguardable. And Ed, let me tell you what that does for the team. It eventually opens up space to put the ball down on the ground and get to the rim. That's how critical the three-point shot is.
The pass taken away by the Lakers. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. It's LA Clippers ball. Lets it fly from long range. Missed it. The follow won't go either. To Paul George. Probing the defense. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
To Danny Green. 4-3. Long Island zone. Danny Green with the three.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
George smothering D.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Cleans it up around the perimeter to Kyle Kuzma. Oh, he had him there for a second. Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. Davis off the iron. No good. To George. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
And that transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
They get it to George, down low. Strong finish for Paul George. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Paul George, that's his second personal foul. Team foul number 1.
James, knocked loose. Clippers have it. To Leonard. Beyond the arc for three. And that's rebounded by the Lakers. Oh, emphatic slam.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Anthony Davis, tough matchup against George. Oh, they call him for the foul.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor.
Number 23, Louis Williams.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Leonard. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
Buries the wide-open three. That's too easy.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
I got you.
Kawhi Leonard.
Come on, give it to me.
Rebound
Come on,
Cousins.
here.
To Davis. Danny Green. Oh, a whistle.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Substitutions.
James, defended by Harkless. And a whistle.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
And hits the first free throw. And he makes them both. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Leonard. Nothing going here on that drive. To Leonard. And a whistle.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul.
Leonard. Here's a chance from long range. Not that time. He missed it. LeBron into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Caldwell Pope. For three, knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is going to get a chance at three here. A career 84% free throw shooter. First one, count it. Knocks down the second free throw. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. And counted at the rim.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Leonard. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
James. Clippers have got it. Leonard. Trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Nothing going here on that drive. LeBron James snatching it out of the air.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Hits it, and the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
But did you see on that three-point shot, did you see him slightly kick his legs out? By kicking his legs out, the defender runs into the legs. There's contact. That's how you get a 4-point play potentially.
Count it at the line. Lou Williams sends it away. 3 quarters down. The 4th quarter coming up with the Lakers in command. It'll be Lakers ball as we begin the fourth quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the fourth.
DeMarcus Cousins rejects it. It's James controlling the offense. And 2 for AD.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
George. Tough shot. Well defended. To James. Stuffs it down with authority. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
He had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
To Cousins. Ah, rocking the rim.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. LeBron into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Count it, and the foul. He's going to the line for a free throw.
Most definitely contact on that forearm during the follow-through. You have to give the offensive player a lot of credit. The concentration you need to make a shot after getting fouled, that's big time.
To Paul George. Trying to cash in, cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
To James. Great dish to set it up. Kyle Kuzma, strong finish.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
And he powers it home. 2 more points for Anthony Davis.
And easy, too, get back on defense.
Shifting gears, here comes some substitutions. To Leonard. Fires the 3. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
Hey, lock up.
Kuzma to Davis. Goes to the right side. Going to launch beyond the arc. He has certainly been on target from downtown. He's 4 of 5 from three-point range.
Let me tell you why. He's been receiving his passes on time and on target. Give the passer some credit in this scenario as well.
To Harkless. Fires the 3. Defense snuffed it out. Harkless off the mark. Kuzma to James. And count the basket inside.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
George to the basket, but it won't go. To Leonard. From long range. He's had a good shooting performance, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
Yeah, no one else pretty much helped out. As a coach, I would be irate that nobody helped pick up the slack. Look, 1 man can never beat 5.
Buries the 3.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
Paul George to Beverly. Nothing going here on that drive. Over to the right side. Knocked loose. Beverly. George. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. To Danny Green. Passed it off. Davis. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. And you might not make many friends on the other side with that three.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat them by 50, beat them by 50. If you want to beat them by 100, keep shooting more threes.
It's George for two, and that's rebounded by Kuzma.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
Danny Green, knocked loose. Clippers have it. Picked up. Here we go. Lakers have it. And flushes it down. No stopping AD here.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Here I come. Here I come.
Here's Leonard for two. Hauled in by James.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
The Lakers get the victory as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. For Jay.